Alright guys, I left off in the last video. I was talking about how I was very irritated and disgusted with the way that I see people commenting online, groveling, like they can't do anything for themselves about the current situation with the country and the government. And basically groveling at Trump's feet. Oh, you're the only one who could save us. Only Trump could save us. Only Trump could save us. No. You got to save yourselves. Yo. Couple coffee grounds there. Right. So, just finished my coffee in this cup. You cannot behave like that. That's disgusting. Man or woman, I've seen both. You cannot behave that way. You gotta be tough. You gotta like man up. Even women, you gotta man up, because when you write woman, W-O-M-A-N, there's M-A-N is the last three letters. So man up. Now, the thing is, I got a tangent that I wanted to get off of that, but I'm not going to go down a tangent today. I promise. Well, I'm not going to promise. You know me, I always off on a tangent. Remember YouTube, this is a toy. This is a prop for my videos. So, and I got this when I was a little boy. Talked about that before. And I painted it tiger stripe just so it would look cool with this video for you, right? Got this document here. It's called the Constitution of the United States. It says Bill of Rights and the Declaration of Independence in there. Okay? So, this document says that whenever a government becomes corrupt and tyrannical, that it is up to the people to abolish it and start over. We're at that point. We are at that point to just abolish it and start over. And people keep talking about saving our democracy. Well, first of all, democracy is not even in this document. Constitutional republic is in the document, but democracy is nowhere to be found. Okay? So let's just stop talking about democracy and call things what they're supposed to be. And let's stop talking. Let's stop calling them Democrats, because they're not Democrats. They're communists. I call them the Communist Party, because the Communist Party took over the Democrats. And then the Republican Party is like Socialist Party, because really there's not that much difference between socialism and communism. And socialism is communism light. Okay? And most of the Republicans are socialists now. And some of the things that Trump has been saying lately are communist. Okay? Look, stop looking through, these special glasses that only let you see Trump in a certain light. Stop looking through those glasses. Those filters. Remove the filters. Remove the filters. There used to be these kinds of glasses. They had different filters to see different things a long time ago. Alright? Well, get rid of the filters. See clearly. Start seeing clearly. You got this jaded view of Trump like he's a messiah. And he's not. He's a man. He's a man. He has his own agenda. And there are people behind the scenes that also have an agenda for him. Satan being one of them, and but God plays a hand too. It says in the good book in the Bible, it says God raises up kings, and he just kingdoms rise and fall at God's will, right? If God says, I want this person to be a leader, a king of a country, or what have you, because I need this to be fulfilled, right? Because God's prophecy is already written. He already foretold everything to everybody. And it doesn't matter if somebody is good or evil as a person. If it fulfills God's word, he uses these leaders like pawns, right? He even uses demons to fulfill certain things. That's right. I mean, all you got to do is read the Bible and you'll see this stuff. Like when God tested Job, okay? Satan came to the Lord and he says, let me have him. Let me go at him, And this guy Job, he's so dedicated to you, and he has all this land and his wives and children, and he has everything. Let me see how much he believes in you. So God said, okay, you know what, Satan? You could test my servant Job. You can do anything you want, but you do not harm one hair on his head, or else. And Satan went and he basically obliterated Job's existence except for him. His wife was gone, kids gone, land gone, cattle gone, the whole 9 yards. And Job did not say one word of blame against the Lord. This was a test for Job. I bet it was a hard one too. Now, I've been tested myself a couple times in life. But the thing is that he did not utter one word against the Lord for all that happened. Because you know who did it? Satan did it. People blame God all the time in the world for bad things. God doesn't do anything bad. It's Satan. That's right. But God allows certain things to happen because we are all tested daily. Now, I got off on another tangent, didn't I? So the thing is, guys, is that government does not give you rights. But I'm going to tell you, government doesn't give you rights. But the founders wrote these rights in this document. The founders wrote your rights down in this document because you needed a reminder. You needed a reminder that you have certain inalienable rights. And what the word inalienable means is it means it's a right, as pertaining to a right. Okay, let's talk about a right. A right is not a privilege. A right is not a privilege. You got to delineate the difference between right and privilege. An inalienable right means from the law books, cannot be taken away, suspended, or even given away by the individual person. The right cannot be taken away, suspended, or given away by the individual person. This comes from the law books. Okay? That's not my interpretation. That is the interpretation of the law. And that's what inalienable means. And so many people do not know that. I don't care if when you were younger you committed a felony and now they say you cannot have guns forever, that is against the law. That's against the law. It is against the law, 100%. Anything where they say you cannot have a gun is against the law, because it is an inalienable right of every individual person. Now, rights, inalienable rights on one side, privileges on another. The difference between an alienable right and a privilege is a privilege is something that can be taken away. It's a privilege. This is a privilege. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever it happens to be. Okay? Like someone allowing you to come and hunt on their land is a privilege. I can remember when I was a boy, and I and one of my brothers, we'd go around and we would walk up to a house and knock on the door, and we would ask the man of the house, and the fellow would come to the door, and I and my brother would ask for permission to hunt on that man's land. That's the way we did it in the old days, guys. When I was a youngster, we'd have our shotguns slung on us, and we'd go up to the door. We didn't leave them in the truck. We had our shotguns with us. We'd go right up the door, slung across our backs. And we would knock on the door. We would ask the man of the house for his permission to hunt on his land. Sometimes they would grant us permission, and sometimes they wouldn't. It's because at that time, we didn't have our own land to hunt on. We were poor. We didn't have a whole lot. But, and in return, if we got something good, we'd give something back to the man who owned the land. Right? Now, I and my brother, we liked to hunt raccoons quite a bit back in the day. Now, raccoon meat, you throw it in a slow cooker on 8 hours, and it tastes just like pulled pork. But anyway, back in the day, that's how you did things. That was permission. That's privilege, right? So if we went in, we hunted that man's land, and we tore it up, and we built a fire, we got out of hand, what have you, if we stayed overnight hunting. If that guy didn't like it, we may not get allowed to come back to hunt that man's land again. That means that our, running out of time here. That means that, it was revoked. Okay, you guys made a mess. I told you boys to just go in there and hunt. You could have a campfire, but you gotta make it look like it wasn't there tomorrow in the morning when you get up, what have you. Because you hunt raccoons at night. Okay. Red light, shotgun. Anyway, running out of time on this one. I'm going to make another video. Yeah, but that privilege could be revoked. That is a story from my past illustrating privileges. But that privilege could have been revoked if we would have left that man's place a mess. Catch you in the next one.